The Hobbit the Desolation of Smaug. So The Hobbit the Desolation of Smaug is the sequel to The Hobbit An Unexpected Journey, which came out last year, which I really liked. It wasn't quite as good as Lord of the Rings, it had a couple issues with it, but overall it's a very enjoyable film and a welcome return back to Middle-earth. This movie though, just... This movie's awesome. This movie took the issues that people had with An Unexpected Journey and improved on them, as well as giving us a great movie. Now I'm going to start off with the performances in this movie, because Martin Freeman was even better as Bilbo Baggins than he was in An Unexpected Journey. I didn't know how he could be, but he just is. You see his character grow even more in this movie, and even Gandalf says at a point that he's not the same Hobbit that left the Shire. And I really like how they illustrate that, and Ian McKellen again does a great job as Gandalf the Grey. If ever people had a complaint about the Lord of the Rings movies or the Hobbit movies, trust me, it's not Ian McKellen. And Thorin, who is actually for the most part the main character of this movie. Richard Armitage does a great job as playing Thorin. You could say that they kind of push the whole Aragorn complex down your throat a couple times in the movie. You know, because he's king under the mountain, and they get to Erebor in this movie and they're all like, oh, you have to be king and take your rightful place in the circle of life. Okay, they don't actually say the circle of life, but you get my point. But it's really cool seeing his character deal with the history of his past family like Aragorn had to, and it just makes for a really diverse and cool character. Orlando Bloom and Evangeline Lilly were both great in this movie, and they both stole every scene that they were in. I mean, Evangeline Lilly kind of has this love triangle with Killy and Legolas, but for some odd reason, it just kind of worked in the movie. I can't explain it, I don't think it was completely necessary, but since they did it well. And they added in Legolas in this movie, who's not in the Hobbit books, and when I first saw that, I thought they were kind of just doing that because Orlando Bloom needed a paycheck. Then again, Orlando Bloom did choose not to come back for Pirates of the Caribbean 4, so I think I can trust his judgment. But he just kills it in this movie. He's even more awesome than he was in the Lord of the Rings movies. I like how with this movie being set before Lord of the Rings, you see him before he became kind of akin to dwarves. So he's got kind of a thing against them. You see that a little bit at the beginning of Fellowship. But in this movie, it's in like full force. And the battle scenes in this movie, I'm telling you guys, this is one of the most action-packed Middle-earth movies that we've ever had. Probably, I'd say a little less than Return of the King, but other than that, probably the most action-packed one. This movie is a fast roller coaster ride that does not stop through the entire movie. I mean, it might slow down a little bit in the middle, but nothing that bores you at all, because it's all just really interesting and cool stuff. Bard the Bowman is in this movie, and he's played by Luke Evans, and that's really cool. That guy's getting a lot more screen time in this year. Yeah, he went from Fast 6 and now to The Hobbit. The guy's all over the place, but I think he does great as Bard. He's kind of the main character that we see in Lake Town, and they draw some parallels with him and Thorin, and that's all really cool. But I'm just gonna get right down to it. The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. It's about Smaug and Benedict Cumberbatch. I feel like I don't even have to say anything else after that, really. Just Benedict Cumberbatch. That should be enough to get you to see the movie. But I will say, the Smaug parts in this movie, just, oh my god. Freaking awesome motion capture, CGI, cinematography, everything about it. The music, the score, the fire, the effects, everything just, wow. I actually forgot that Benedict Cumberbatch did the motion capture for this dragon, but when you're seeing him move around, you see him talk and everything, you're just watching him and you're like, yep, that is one Cumberbatchy dragon. Now, one of my complaints with The Hobbit An Unexpected Journey was I thought that a lot of the dwarves were kind of forgettable. I think that they fixed that with this movie more. You see a lot of the dwarves that were kind of in the background are brought to the forefront of the company. And the dwarves from the first movie that you got to see more of, you see even more of them in this movie, and that's really cool. Dwalin is such a great character. He's probably my favorite dwarf now. He was great in An Unexpected Journey, and he's even better in The Desolation of Smaug. Now, the last hour to hour and a half of this movie, big battles going on, it's all intense. The entire time that was going on, I was just sitting there like, oh my god. Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Yes. Like, you're literally just glued to the scene for that entire time, and really the whole movie. But just all the action that's going on in that scene, really well done, all well choreographed. I guess I really only have one complaint with this movie, and that's that some of the CGI looks a little, not sloppy, but not as polished as it could be. Just because everything else around it is going on so well, you kind of forget all of that. I mean, at no point in this movie did I feel drawn out of the movie in any way. Well, okay, maybe like a scene 10 seconds into the movie. But after that, you're sucked into the movie for the other 2 hours and 40 minutes. The Hobbit the Desolation of Smaug was awesome, it was intense, it was everything I wanted out of this movie. It is an improvement over An Unexpected Journey, which was still a really good movie. But this is the movie event of maybe even the year, definitely the month. Just go see it whenever you get the chance, because The Hobbit the Desolation of Smaug gets an A+. I'm telling you guys, go see it. It's awesome. So since this is a new movie, I wasn't able to talk spoilers in this review like I did with my Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit An Unexpected Journey review. But I will be making a spoiler-filled review later this weekend, so look forward to that. So who's your favorite dwarf in this company? Mine's obviously Balin. Whoever yours is, comment down below. And thanks for watching this video. If you guys like it, you can click here to see more.